Nadia, what time are you going to be back today? I'm really hungry right now.
It's going to be some time still before I can get home. I only just got to the park with Kiki just a second ago. And for lunch I made sure that you had mac and cheese, right?
Well, that small bowl wasn't enough for me.
Well, I think there's some ramen noodles in the cupboard you can make up, so there you go. Make that up and you should be good until dinner.
I'm not feeling ramen noodles right now, though. Come back here and make something for me.
And like I said, it'll be some time before I can come home because we only just got here.
You guys can come back home to play. Today's my day off work, right? I get that I ask you to take care of Kiki quite a lot, but right now, you're not home to care for me.
And wasn't it you that said no to me when I asked if you wanted to come along? I can't come home right now, Edward, so just deal with it. And once Kiki is all worn out here, we're going to stop by the supermarket to pick up some things for dinner tonight.
The supermarket? Why do you have to go there? Didn't you go shopping yesterday?
Well, I forgot a few things, and we need to get more bread, so there's also that. I also want to get some more snacks for Kiki to take to school with her. She loves them.
Jesus. Stop wasting my money on snacks for her. It's not your money to just spend on whatever you'd like, right?
But if I don't have these snacks for her, she'll get upset and never get over it for days.
Once she realizes her stomach is rumbling and she needs to eat, she'll eat whatever's in front of her. I think you're spoiling that girl a little too much right now. Also, just recently, you bought some new clothes for her as well, right?
I wanted to get her one more long-sleeve shirt before it starts to get cold out again.
She still has plenty of clothing she can wear, though. Stop wasting my money on things we don't need.
I understand that she has other clothes, but she's a growing girl and no longer fits into a lot of them. Also, I got the shirt for her during a sale, so it was only $7.
And with $7, you can buy me a pretty decent lunch from that burger joint down the road.
Well, unlike that meal, she'll be able to use this shirt more than just one time. And it's not like it was that expensive. So I really don't feel that I'm wasting any money on things.
Listen, Nadia, who is the one having to work every day for all of that money? I do not want to sit here hearing about how you go around using up all my money like that. So stop it.
I am just buying the things the family needs, all right?
And from my point of view, it looks like you're wasting all my money. Like you said, she's still growing. Which means that very soon, she will no longer be able to wear the shirts as well. Next time, buy her a shirt 2 or 3 times her size and have her wear that.
If I buy her clothes that big, then she'll look like she's wearing drapes and might even slip on it. You don't want our daughter to get hurt, right? And if you want me to start buying the cheapest clothing for her, it's more than likely going to go bad sooner. Then she'll only get a couple uses out of it before a hole forms.
When I was a kid, I had to wear all of the hand-me-downs from my older brothers. Did you know that?
And clothing today isn't as well made as they were back in the day. Also, I'm sure not every single thing you wore was a hand-me-down. Your mom was probably just giving you what she thought you'd wear and still bought you the things you needed.
Ugh, you're getting really annoying right now. Just come home already, Nadia. I am hungry, and it's starting to make me upset.
You're already upset, though.
Just shut up and come home already. I want something to eat. You and that child are the only ones living off the money I make. So stop talking back to me and do what I say.
Aren't you starting to step out of line a little there?
You have another 10 minutes to get yourself back home. If you're not back in that time, I'm going to throw out all of Kiki's toys.
Why the heck would you do something like that? First of all, she has nothing to do with this, and second of all, weren't you just the one talking now about wasting money?
Well, if you tell her toys will be thrown away, then she'll probably want to come home and stop me. So tell her, and you both can come home in under 10 minutes. So, what will it be?
Alright, fine. We're coming home right now, so don't do anything to her toys.
You should have been saying that from the start. Then I wouldn't have had to say all of that crap. Well, since you understand me now, that's all that matters. Hurry it up and get your butt home.
Edward, do you have a second to talk?
What is it?
I've come to the bank to get some money out of the account for this month, but there's barely anything in here. Did you make a mistake and put that money into a different account?
Nope. That sounds about right to me.
What? What do you mean by that?
I've started to become a little bit concerned about how you've been using that money. So I made sure you didn't have much for this month. Now you won't be able to waste my money anymore, right?
Wait a second. I can't make things work on this little of money this month.
You haven't even tried making it through the month with that much, so stop whining.
But normally I've always been pretty close to having nothing by the end of the month, right? I've had to cut it close so many times now because you never gave me that much. But now there's for sure no way I can make things work this month with this little. You understand that, right?
And the reason why you always have to cut it close every month is because you've been wasting all of my money.
I have not been wasting any of your money, Edward. Take a look at all the receipts I have from those months before. I have only ever been able to buy the things we need. And you'll realize that after looking at the receipts. And all of that while not even spending a dime on myself. I haven't even been able to buy new clothing for myself this year, so tell me how I'm wasting your money.
I feel like you're spending too much on Kiki. Even the cost of the preschool she's going to is too high. Do you not want to try saving a little bit more money each month?
I have been saving lots of money, though.
And I'm telling you, your way of saving is a joke. Do you need to be taught how to save? Go online and find a blog that'll teach you about what to do. There are a ton of them. There's some saying that a family of 3 can even live off $1,500 a month.
I'm not sure that's true. And if it is, the person that wrote that might be from another country or live outside the city. And they might also have their own place and don't have to rent it like us. They might even have people that give them money as well. Like their parents, for example. So don't use whatever blog you read that said that as your only piece of information.
Stop it! With all of these stupid excuses.
I am not making any excuses. I am telling you that in our situation, it is impossible to make things work with that small of an amount of money. I also want to know what you're planning to do with the money you cut from me this month. Are you going to put that into the savings account? Don't tell me that you're keeping that money to use on yourself.
It's all my money anyways, so how I use it has nothing to do with you.
Do not start making things worse for Kiki and I, all so that you can have more money to yourself. I've noticed that recently you've been going out drinking quite often. So before you start telling me that I'm the one wasting money, watch where you're placing your money first.
Huh? What are you talking about? You have really become such a smartass recently. I am the one that's been spending every day of their life sweating in order to make us money. Why can't I have a little more money to myself in order to be happy?
If you're going to say something like that, then the same goes for me, right? I have to spend every day doing all the cleaning and cooking while also caring for a little girl. I don't even get days off like you do.
Don't you dare compare me to a housewife like yourself that gets to spend every day in the house. Don't you even compare yourself to me again. The next time you talk back to me like that, it's a divorce.
Why would you do that? Edward, what's happened to you? Within the past year, you've gotten a lot more troubled with money.
I'm getting tired of seeing you wasting all that money. That's all.
And I've been doing my best to use the money on things we only need, and the rest I've been saving.
I told you not to talk back to me like that! Are you trying to get yourself divorced?
Edward, calm down and think all of this through.
I am calm right now! Now for the time being, you make it work with that money I've given you. When things become too difficult for you, then I'll think about giving you more.
Edward, what are you trying to do? You just took my wallet away from me, didn't you?
Well, if you keep your wallet, then you'd go to the hospital, right?
Of course I would. Kiki has a bad fever right now and needs to see a doctor about it.
Give her some medicine and put her to sleep.
She has a fever of 104 degrees right now.
And I'm sure if you take her to the hospital, all they'll do is give her the exact same medicine, right? There is no reason to take her there. Stop trying to waste my money.
This is not me wasting your money anymore. Right now, Kiki is not doing okay and is feeling terrible.
Then tell me, how much is it going to cost to take her to the hospital?
It's not going to cost you anything.
Huh? So you're telling me they'll just help her for free?
That's right. We happen to have a good enough insurance for her, allowing children her age to be checked on for free. So give me my wallet back so I can get the insurance card and everything.
Not happening. I just made it into work.
But there is nothing at the house right now, and I can't come and get my wallet from you because you also took the keys to the second car. You need to come home, please.
I don't care! There is medicine at home for her, so just have her take that and put her to bed. By the way, someone still has to pay those doctors and nurses to take care of Kiki. I'm not going to let you waste the money of this country's taxpayers on her.
Are you kidding me, Edward?
You are being so annoying about a simple fever. If you're really that worried about it, then you should shut up and take care of her.
You don't seem to be worried about Kiki at all.
Because you're making too big of a deal out of it. She has only had a fever for a little bit, and you're already throwing a fit about how she might die or something over it. Just shut up. How many years have you been a mother now, Nadia?
I have been a mother long enough to know that I should be worried about her. Whatever. I'm not going to ask for anything else from you.
Oh? Are you sure it's okay to say something like that to me? Have you forgotten about how just the other day I filled out that divorce paper? When I get home today, I might pick those papers up and take them to the courthouse.
Go ahead. Actually, don't worry about it. I'll take them to the courthouse right now.
I told you, didn't I? That I will really divorce you.
And that's why I'm agreeing with you on that now. And once I've handed these papers in, you'd better not regret it.
I never. But let's be real. I already know that a housewife like yourself would never be able to divorce me. You can't just take care of that girl all by yourself, right? I want you to start practicing the ways you'll apologize to me when I get home, okay? I know you're going to be the one apologizing to me today for all of this. So start getting ready for me now.
Edward, when you get home, please text me.
I just got home, actually. Hey, where are you and the brat?
You sure came home pretty quick today. Normally you'd be going out for drinks now.
So where the hell are you guys? Why aren't you home? Don't tell me you actually took Kiki to the hospital. I told you to just shut the brat up and put her to sleep!
She's not yours to worry about anymore. Not that you worried about her in the first place.
Huh?
I handed in those divorce papers today. And I now have full custody of Kiki.
You handed in those papers? Are you trying to piss me off?
Not at all. You were the one that said you were fine with a divorce, right?
And that should make you shut the hell up and listen to me!
But this morning I said I'd be handing in those papers, right? And you said it yourself that when you got home from work, you'd hand them in as well. Right?
I won't allow this. Go and tell those idiots at the courthouse to shred the papers!
Not going to happen. They already processed them. I wasn't able to get all my things out of your house today, so tomorrow I'll be coming with my parents to get the rest. I'll hand you the key to your house as well then, as long as you give me my wallet back.
Nadia, hold on. Calm down for a sec.
I am calm. I have been calm this whole time while putting up with your selfish behavior. But I did have a moment today where I couldn't stay calm because my little girl was in pain and you wouldn't dare do anything to help her. That's when I realized things were really over between you and I. Having to continue living with a man like you would never lead to a happy life for Kiki.
Hey, look, I was just concerned with how much it would cost to have her go to the hospital.
Well, even if you are concerned about that, you do not steal my wallet from me. And had you felt that you'd made a mistake by doing that, you should have brought it right back to me, right?
But I couldn't just leave work.
But you were the one that stole it from me, right? Luckily, I was able to find a way to get Kiki to the hospital today. And the doctor told me that she had a really bad case of the flu and was dehydrated. He said that had I put her to sleep like you asked me to, she would have started to experience organ failure and things would have gone from bad to worse. Since you seem to think something like that is totally acceptable, I decided it is time for me to divorce you. She and I will not be happy being around you anymore after today.
I was only doing all that in order to get you to start saving a bit more money for me is all.
And I told you to take a goddamn look at the bills from the past few months to see how much I've been saving you. There was nothing else I could do to get you to believe me, so that's why things came to this. But you know what really pisses me off? The fact that you tell me to save more and more money while you've been going out pretty much every night to go drinking. I don't get it, Edward.
Men have things they need to do besides being around the house.
But they also have things they need to do at home. Are you trying to upset your daughter by never being around her? Because that's what it seems like when you're never home. The only reason I was getting her all those snacks for her lunches is because I told her they were from you. But when she started to see you getting upset about the snacks, she became confused. And the next time I tried buying them for her, she told me I'd upset you. I am not going to let my daughter be confused and upset by all of this anymore. She does not deserve to have to see her parents fight like this at such a young age.
Okay. I'll let you have your full amount of money back each month. That'll get you to shut up, right?
We are already getting divorced, Edward. You're aware of that, right? It's too late to offer things like that to me now.
I never actually wanted you and I to get a divorce.
You were threatening me, right?
Of course I was. You knew that, right? You're just a housewife after all. Did you actually think I meant for you to get that divorce? How are you going to take care of Kiki now?
When it's for the sake of keeping her happy and healthy, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll be living the life I need to with her while thinking about just how much you'll be regretting what you've done. I think this is going to be the turning point of my life where I can finally go back to being myself again and never have to put up with your crap anymore.
There is no way you can raise her all alone. Not as a woman. You just forced yourself down a path that'll make both you and Kiki live in poverty.
That's not going to happen to us. Both my mom and dad have already told me they will do everything they can to help keep us above water.
So now you have to rely on your parents again?
They said they'll do whatever I need for the sake of their granddaughter. I won't be asking them to take care of her for me or anything like that. I'm going to do everything a mother should do for their child.
I'm telling you right now that keeping me will lead to you and her having a much better future.
It will? How do you suppose that? The reason why I chose divorce is because there is no hope of a good future with you. All you seem to care about is saving money all the time, and you never dared let your wife and daughter have a little bit of fun during that. What you did to us showed me clearly how you feel about the both of us. Goodbye forever, Edward.
Wait! I'm not done talking!
There is nothing else we need to be talking about, though. Ah, are you wanting to talk about the money I'll be getting from you and how you're going to pay child support? Well, if that's the case, then you can talk to my lawyer about all of that really soon.
No! How the hell are you accepting this divorce so easily? I have been working for so long for both our sakes, right?
Was that really for us? I'm sure it's better that we're both out of your life, right? Now you'll finally be able to use all your money on yourself.
Come on! The only reason I became so stingy about my money is because I have a dream. I've been wanting to make us a new house.
You don't have to lie to me, okay? I had a look at the bank accounts already. All of them. And from what I saw, you've barely been saving any of your money. But what I did see was that you rack up quite some large tabs when you go out drinking. I've also learned that you and that woman you really like love to spend money as well.
That's not my money. You have it all wrong.
Please don't give me any more excuses. You'll only make me feel even more sick to my stomach.
Nadia, I'm sorry. I just assumed you'd be able to save more money. I apologize for pushing you too hard about it.
You should not be apologizing to me for only that. What about all those threats you made to me? And what about stealing my wallet from me and almost forcing my daughter to not make it to the hospital? Honestly, I'm not even forgiving you for any of that, so forget the apologies.
I apologize for all that, though. That woman I've been going out to drink with is nobody. I've just been going with her to some bars to relieve some of my stress from work.
The fact that you are using that as your reason for abandoning your daughter and I is only pissing me off even more now. You have been threatening your housewife all because you want to be out with another woman? You couldn't even worry about your own daughter because you were thinking too much about that woman. Stop trying to get me to feel anything for you now. It's over, Edward. The only path forward now is you and I getting this divorce.
I really messed up, okay?
You had such a good time acting like you could threaten me with divorce, yet now that you're faced with it, you're going to start freaking out? Right now, I'm feeling the complete opposite of you. I'm feeling refreshed. Like I've just gotten a breath of some really clean air for once. And the reason for that is because I will never, ever regret leaving you. From there, Edward continued to send me texts telling me how sorry he was for everything, but I was so tired of seeing him that I just muted his notifications and told the lawyer to deal with him now. I went and told his parents about why we got this divorce, and they ended up just as upset as myself with Edward, and told me that they would help support their granddaughter just like my parents. After realizing that he had just lost all of his family, Edward was in shock. And his days of constantly going out drinking with that one chick were finally over. Another thing that's happened is that I've gone and told Edward that he can't see Kiki anymore, but every month he will send her a present in the mail. But seeing these gifts from him coming in only makes my parents and I even more upset about him. Had he just done something like that while we were all still a family, then there would never have been a reason for a divorce, and everyone could have been happy. But since he chose to hurt myself and my daughter, the only future I want for him now is one full of regrets. When it comes to myself and my daughter, by the way, we moved back to my parents' house for good after the divorce and have been living the life there. Nobody here yells at me about how I need to save even more money and can't care for my daughter, which is a major plus. When he had yelled at me all the time like that, he really scared Kiki, so it's a great thing I got that divorce with him now instead of never. I had thought as a housewife I just had to put up with his horrible behavior, since he was the one making the money, but my thoughts on that changed the day he showed me he didn't even care about Kiki. From now on, in order to make sure that my daughter gets to live a normal life without the stress of an abusive father, I'm going to be working extra hard and supporting her with my income. I'm sure that for a little while I'll have to trouble people with helping me support my daughter, but Once I've got a proper foothold again, I'll make sure that I'm the one in charge of making my daughter's life great again.